Hello and welcome back. Today I want to talk about several things that I have stopped buying since becoming a minimalist a little bit over a year ago. These are things that hopefully will kind of like spark some ideas for you, give you some inspiration for things that maybe you want to cut back on in 2021. And without further ado, let's hop right in. I do not buy extra hair care products anymore, which has been awesome. I found just the couple or the few that I love and I've stuck to them. But I used to have just tons and tons of hair care products that I was trying out, different brands, and then I would just keep them even if I didn't like them. So I've gone ahead and decluttered those, and then I just stick with what I know I love, and I just don't hang on to extras. Extra shampoos and conditioners, I do not have them. I just like to stick with the ones that are working for me. These are the Joico ones that I buy at TJ Maxx. They're so good, but I don't buy a bunch of extras. I don't have backups. I just buy them one at a time, and when they're gone, I buy more. I have mentioned this in previous videos, but I don't buy extra sheets. In fact, I got rid of all my extra sets. I donated them, and I just have one sheet set per bed. And people have asked me in the comments, like, what do you do if somebody gets sick in the night? And honestly, we just throw down an extra blanket or a towel. We don't worry about like remaking the bed until the sickness is over. And then by then I've totally washed the sheets. So it has not been a problem. And we've gone through a couple flus since getting rid of our extra sheet sets. And it's been totally fine. Extra gift wrap is another thing that I don't buy. I've tried to be a lot better about just saving things as we get them. And so I don't buy this anymore. I really don't. Aside from Christmas wrapping paper, which I will talk about in just a second, but saving gift bags has been awesome. It saved me money, and I honestly have like tons just from collecting what we've been given. I will say tissue paper is an exception just because it gets all wrinkled and destroyed and doesn't look nice anymore. So I definitely do buy new tissue paper, but as far as the bags, I don't buy them. I use gift bags like 90% of the time, ones that we've been given, and kind of recycle. But when it comes to Christmas, I do buy wrapping paper, and I only buy one for the boys and one for my daughter, and I just use it up, and that's the end of it. So that is one way that I've really cut down. I don't store extra wrapping paper because I don't buy multiples. I just have one of each. You are so cute! I used to have tons and tons of backup lotions, but I just have one now, and again, when it's gone, I replace it. This is the Nivea Soft. I have talked about this before. It is my absolute favorite, but it is really the only one that I keep around. I used to collect mugs. I still think they're adorable, but I don't collect them anymore. I've stopped buying them, aside from this one that I picked up several months ago. But I literally have 4 mugs, I think, in my house. I just pass them by when I see them. They are really, really cute, but they have contributed to clutter for me in the past. And I just realize we don't use them that often. So I see a cute mug and I pass it up, except for this one. That was really cute, but I'm gonna keep this hopefully forever, unless it breaks. But I just don't buy those cute mugs anymore, especially if they're seasonal. I pass them by. This is the only Tupperware we own, and I'm really, really happy to have pared it down. I don't buy it anymore. I just have this bowl and then these 3 kind of stackable glass ones with these nice lids. I just find that Tupperware stain, and I can't get the stains out. The lids are always missing. I got really tired of it, so I just invested in a little bit nicer quality, and I own way less. I don't buy serving platters anymore. This is one that was handed down to me years and years ago, but I love it because it's white. It looks pretty everywhere. I can put anything on it, and it's just done the job. So I haven't bought that serving platters in a year because I started decluttering and realized I never use this except for a few times on special occasions, and this one has served me really, really well. I mentioned in another video recently that I don't buy cookbooks anymore, and that's because I like having my recipes online for the most part. I adore these Magnolia cookbooks, Magnolia table. They are so beautiful. I love the recipes. So aside from that, and one that I've had for like, I don't know, 12 years, I don't really buy them. And the couple that I have bought in the past year, I have regretted. So I've learned my lesson and I'm not buying them anymore, especially as of recently. I've decided not to. Spices for like a one-time use recipe, I don't buy. If I find a recipe that calls for spices that I don't have, I skip the recipe. I just cannot bring myself to bring all those extra spices into my house. I just stick with what I consider my staples. And I use recipes that call for those things, so I don't buy extra spices anymore. I used to buy a wall calendar every single year, but since becoming more minimal, I have not bought them at all. I do have my planner that's in my nightstand drawer that I could not live without, but as far as like a calendar is what I mean. I hope I said that. A calendar that you'd put on the wall, tack it up next to the fridge or something. I just don't have. For me, it's just too much visually clutter, I guess. So I don't buy those anymore. Plus, they can get really pricey, so I'm glad I don't get them. I used to have mismatched glassware, and that is something that I don't do anymore. It's really helped me keep everything a little bit more seamless and streamlined, which is what I'm going for. So I don't buy anything unless it is white. I find white is just very classic, and it goes with every house we live in. The same goes for glasses with me. I just buy the same exact ones. That way they all match. I used to buy tons of different cleaners. I used to test them out. I used to have different cleaners for like multiple purposes. Now I just have a few and I only keep the ones I love. I don't really test out new cleaners anymore. So this is Mrs. Meyer's surface spray. I love these. They're super yummy. So those I buy along with like an all-purpose cleaner. I use it all over my house, and it's just, again, cut back on clutter, and I just rebuy the same ones over and over. I used to buy lots of snack food. I don't anymore. I just keep to the staples that my family absolutely loves. So we don't fill our pantry with lots of snacks. Our pantry is kept pretty clean for the most part, just because I'm eliminating so many options. So that is something that I'm really glad we haven't done, because we've wasted in the past and I felt bad. So we've tried to cut back on snacks and just buy a few every week. I used to buy seasonal hand towels every single year. I'd buy different ones for Valentine's Day and Christmas and Halloween. I have stopped doing that. I just buy really classic and simple hand towels that we can use year round, and it's just been really nice. I used to love picking up little samples. I would get them on my birthday, especially at like Ulta and Sephora, you can get samples. I would just pick them up wherever I saw them, and I had quite a collection after a few years. I have completely stopped that habit. I don't grab samples just because, knowing me and my personality, I don't really end up using them. I stash them somewhere, they get stored, tucked away, and then wasted, because samples usually expire, especially if they're cosmetics. So I don't do that anymore. Let me know, do you grab samples? Do you like having them around? Do you use them? I just have noticed that for me, I just stick with my favorite tried and trues anyway. So samples didn't ever really make a lot of sense, and I never used them, so I just pass on them altogether. I have always been really minimal when it comes to my shoe collection. But what I've done is really pared it down to a few basic neutrals. I consider this a neutral just because of the colors on here. I can wear it with almost anything. So I just have like one pair of wedges, one pair of boots, one pair of sandals, stuff like that. And it's just really helped to cut back on things that I have to store, especially seasonally. And because I choose neutral colors and classic fits and everything, it really does help my shoes pretty much go with anything. I love to decorate. It is seriously one of my favorite things ever. But I used to buy home decor with no purpose. I would just see something and be like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I need to bring that home. And I would come home and have nowhere for it. So I don't buy home decor unless I can picture exactly where it will go in my house. So that's something that I've done this past year. that has really, really helped. It's just, again, less things to store and then less clutter around the house. I used to buy extra cookie cutters every single year. I would see them, think they were so cute, and then add them to my collection. I've recently decluttered so many, and I just, for the past year, have not bought a single one. And we really don't make cookies that often, maybe a couple times a year, so I realize it just doesn't make sense. So I don't buy cookie cutters. I just am happy with the ones that we have, and like I said, we've even decluttered several. I used to buy cute little baskets and organization solutions that had no purpose. I just thought they were nice. I thought, oh my gosh, I think I can use this. But in the end, and after decluttering especially, I have needed less and less. If I need a basket, I will buy one. I like keeping this at the bottom of the stairs, but otherwise, I just don't buy them. I don't buy things just because they're on sale anymore. This is something I used to do all the time. See something, I thought the price was amazing, and I would bring it home. I don't do that anymore. If it's something I need and it's on sale, I mean, bonus, I will buy it. I will be so excited, but it's not something that I'm always thinking like, oh, let me see if I can just go find something on sale to bring home, or if I see something on sale, I don't grab it if it's not something I need. So that has really helped me save a lot of money and really helped us like reduce the volume in our home and just the accumulation of excess clutter. I used to buy random cheap air fresheners like from Walmart and Target, and I never ended up loving them. I have found that I'm just a candle person. That is what I love, even more than essential oils and diffusing them and everything, even wall plugins. I've tried those and they're just not my favorite. My favorite is to burn a candle. So that is what I get. I get candles, and I have really stepped away from air fresheners pretty much of any kind. I do have a couple of essential oils that I use to like drop in the sink and everything after the dishes are done, but for the most part, that is it. Aside from this one magazine, I have not bought any magazines in the past year. I love Pinterest and I find lots of inspiration there, and I do love buying books, but as far as magazines go, I just don't buy them. This one was really, really cool though, and it talked a lot about simplifying and mindfulness, and I was like, yes, I love that. So I have been really enjoying this. Oh yeah, and just amazing. I mean, it's Joanna, so I was really excited to get this one, but otherwise I just don't buy them. I used to buy patterned hand towels, but I realized that I really just like buying solid recently. I've decluttered in the past year the patterned ones, which were old anyway and totally worn out. So when I went to replace them, I just got solid. So I have some navy and I have these white, and I've really enjoyed this. These are easy to bleach, and then I have the navy for the kids, but it's just kind of helped me avoid like visual busyness or visual clutter. I used to buy individual hand soap containers, and they would always have writing on the front and labels. And recently, especially recently, I have realized that just buying a refillable soap and then getting containers that are reusable and have no labels on them at all has been really nice. And this soap is actually super nice. This is my favorite scent. This is the lemon and mint. It's really fresh, and I just go along and refill all of the soaps in the house with this one, and it's just worked out great. I used to buy tons of those little tote bags. They pretty much have them at every checkout in every store. They're so cute. They are cute, but they just did not serve a purpose for me, and I couldn't justify buying them anymore. So I don't buy those. I try just not to look as I'm in the checkout at the cute little tote bags, because I had accumulated more than I even knew what to do with, and I ended up decluttering them. So I just don't buy them. I used to have so many extra bags. I mean, a ton. And another thing that I don't do anymore is a makeup subscription. So I used to subscribe to Ipsy? I can't even remember what it's called. Ipsy. And they would send me a bag every single month. So I had accumulated a few years worth of bags, and I had tons. This is the only extra tote bag I have lying around. I've also had this in my purse to keep lipsticks and band-aids and things like that, but I just don't buy or accumulate, let's say, any more of these little
kind of travel bags, and it's been really nice to just have this one.
I used to buy scarves on top of scarves on top of scarves. Every year I would collect a few more. And are scarves even a thing anymore? I don't even know. I decluttered like 15 scarves out of my closet, and I kept these 3 because I really do love them. So I learned my lesson. I stopped buying so many because I had ones in my closet that I had not worn in years. I don't buy my kids stuffed animals anymore. I did buy this cute little sleeping cloud pillow from Hobby Lobby the other day, but aside from this, I really haven't bought any kind of like stuffed thing. And it's been really nice because my kids, I think for the most part, have outgrown them, but it's just been less for me to clean up. And like this in particular, she likes to snuggle with and have on her bed. So I feel like she's not deprived. I mean, she's only 2, so I want her to feel like she has these like cuddly things, but I don't buy stuffed animals. Let me know if you have still been purchasing stuffed animals. Do your kids still love them? Or do you just kind of pass them up these days? Please let me know in a comment what you don't buy anymore. It's so fun to chat with you guys in the comments. Here are a couple more videos you can check out if you'd like. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.